What was your question again, bro?
Who's hearing the thoughts? Who's the one witnessing? Who are the thoughts, the things that you're thinking? Who are they speaking to?
The I. The conscious being, right?
You listened to the last episode?
No, but I actually did, yeah. But then I think it was just the fact that listening to the actual last episode of your podcast really let it sink in a bit more. It was very natural to be the observer. Like you sent that thing through, you know, what was that thing with the Indian guy? The self-evaluation thing.
Oh, yeah, self-inquiry.
Yeah,
the awareness. Yeah.
Bro, that was...
Sitting behind that.
Yeah.
That was crazy. Who am I? And all the mental chatter, all the turbulent thoughts that we know, how crazy it can get. But anyway, are we rolling?
We're already recording, so...
How's this, Brendan? Sweet. Yeah.
Bro, we just coughed at the exact same time. That was
Did
weird.
we? Synchronicity.
Yeah.
What number? 23. Episode 23. Matt Gimbel podcast. We're back. We're back recording. I think all those thoughts have gone now.
Yep.
Mm,
We're getting it recorded.
definitely.
Brendan resonates. We're good to go.
How are we?
Yeah, today's, we'll go there later. Some big things this morning, that's for sure. But have Mr. Jackson back in the building.
Welcome back, brother.
Thank you.
Big hugs when we seen ya. That was such a beautiful thing to be able to feel you again and have a nice hug, you know. Reflecting on it. Oh, here we go. These have already started. We've already started, have we?
This
Josh?
is the energy. I know, I miss you too, brother.
He's the instigator.
Yeah, actually, you are. Now that I look at it, bro, you know how we were trying to figure out what name you were? We never got it. You didn't do it. You're the instigator.
You're the one behind all the cheeky LOLs.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
But
Keep doing it, bro. Keep doing you.
from how long's it been? Because we seen you last in here.
Yeah. And then literally I flew out the next day.
So this Wednesday will be 3 weeks. Yeah.
Yeah.
2.5. So 2.5 weeks, bro. I feel like I haven't seen you in months.
I know, man. It's been a lot to catch up on, I guess. But at the same time, like I think I said it to you the other day. We had a quick phone call and like I was never able to feel the feelings of like missing people and that love. Like I always used to question myself on it, and I was like, why don't I feel like I miss people or have enough like openness in my heart to be able to have that emotion or that, you know, that feeling. And I expressed that to you. That was a big thing for me, man. Like feeling those amazing feelings of like of love and gratitude for both of you and what you bring into my life was massive. Like it was really opened me up. There was a few times on the holidays where I'd just be sitting there in stillness and I'd just be like, fuck, I love you both.
Oh, that's nice, man.
Yeah, and just
Love
what
it
you
too,
bring.
bro.
Yeah, thanks, bro. Thanks.
Nice
But
feeling that. I'm glad you can happen with that now.
yeah, man. I'm stoked that I get to feel those amazing feelings and embody them and just then be able to express it too. You know, sometimes you might fear the feeling of expressing that, but there's no fear in that. Like I'll tell you if I miss you, I'll tell you if I love you.
Yeah.
Whatever. And it was amazing to then come back here and just do that and, you know, embrace and feel each other's energies, and it's like I never left.
Yeah. When you left me here with Josh, that's what you did. True.
Oh, and all the cheekiness that he brings.
Yeah, you couldn't escape it.
Nah, it's
Taking
like
away
Josh
now.
goes, so what are we doing now?
I walk in here, I shut the door, I lock it. You're
just-
going nowhere.
It's just us now, Gamble.
Oh, man.
Time to shine. Let's fap it together.
Bro. That last episode you did, man, was just insane.
Let's reflect on the last couple, because I think there was 27 episodes released this week. Seriously, Elise,
Yeah.
the
Elise,
solo, and then us just quickly having a cheeky one.
Yeah, the quick
Yeah.
one.
That content was just fire, man, one after the other. But it was so different in each one, right? Like the way that the dynamic change with Elise was just insane. Like her story was just so powerful. We were just talking about it before. Like it puts your own life into perspective when you hear how much someone went through the trenches for so long. and at such a young age, and the mindset that she had and the ability to work through all of those issues without having any guidance really, until obviously stepping on the path and coming into this sort of lifestyle. But her story was, bro, like I expressed it in the Love What Is group, but yeah, like
roller coaster.
Yeah, man.
At that age, like you say.
Yeah, like the mind games, everything, the way that they pretty much fucked with her head for a long period of time, and the strength that she has. And I still remember meeting her in the gym, and I was just like, you could feel her energy. She's got a really strong energy.
Yeah, she does, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a couple, and then so that episode we released, and then I had this knowing to sit in here and just spit fire by myself. So that went for about 25 minutes, and no attachments. Whether I was going to post it or not was like, see how I feel. And then we shot fire in here the other day, and I messaged you, bro, yesterday, and there was like a part there. I told you the minutes. I think it might have been 29 minutes or something. It was just like 2 to 3 minutes. Josh is just going on this thing. And I'm just sitting there just like listening, feeling like I'm hearing it all over again, but like on a deeper level, like I was a listener. Because it's very hard to, I'm excited to not do a podcast and have you two just do one and just be like just a listener. Yeah. But every episode I listen to, I know my little voice chimes in here and there. So it's sort of a bit different. So I'm excited to observe it, because I'm assuming you would have had that feeling listening to the last couple as a listener without having to actually be on. So I'm excited to actually do that. But there was that part there where I actually became the listener, hearing you talk. And I was just like, now don't ever judge or worry about what you're talking about ever again. Because what's coming through is powerful, and I'm not just saying that to pump tires. Like now, I'm pretty sure I got that recorded at the start of this, because I press record before we actually think. That whole feeling now of judgment, of you criticizing and allowing the ego to, tell you something that should have been right on the episode, is starting to give you. There's a little bit of a distance between that.
Yep.
Is that right?
Yeah, 100%. The more we do this, the smaller and smaller it gets, and starts to just fade into the background, just background noise now. So, I think it comes down to, I guess, look, we walk in here and we just shoot off the cuff, and I suppose, just we can walk in here, and the ability to just leave the outside stuff at the door is a big one. Sometimes some of that energy that you're carrying through, things that might have been happening or been said that day can affect your energy, but it's nice. Like I've got confidence now, knowing that I can leave that stuff at the door, come in here, and every single time we chat and we're in front of each other, bro, we just we just dive deep, and it's never. I always come out going, okay, cool. Like I feel confident enough now to get out of my own way.
Yeah. I think sometimes the judgment on other things that are going on in your life entwines with this.
Yeah.
Because your ego that will wrap in whatever. So if you got something going on externally, it's going to play out in every other area.
That's right. And that's why I've been diving deep in my own practices as of late. I've had a few things come up. I've been carrying a bit of, always probably will. Everyone does. And this is the thing, people think this is all just like rainbows and fairy floss and like happiness and smiles. But man, I think everyone does. Everyone fights their own battles and behind closed doors, and you carry a certain amount of pain with you. But that's why it's so important. Like having the faith now that I've got, being on this path and learning what I'm learning, and just experiencing what this surrendering to the universe and the higher power can give you, and how it arrives in your life, like the way things have been playing out. It's just given me so much more clarity and confidence into coming back to these practices. And one of the big ones recently is this self-inquiry, and just meditating on who am I. And it really, really took me back. It was funny because after my experience with the mushrooms, honestly, it was like such a pivotal thing in my life. That experience changed me forever. And I'll always use that as a bit of that played a big factor and in my growth and my mindset. But I was in a place when I was tripping of just being, and you said it, so you summed it up perfectly last episode. It was like I was nothing, but I was everything. It was like I was back with the source. Whatever that source is, that pure awareness, I think, just to simplify it, to break it down, is just we are, like when you're trying to get to know yourself, self-inquiry, who am I? And, you know, you've got all these things coming through and you can have like all these mind attacks and thoughts and self-doubt. For me, it's like I said, it's judgment. And I get caught up in thoughts about what other people are thinking about me.
Yeah.
When I speak, when I do anything, like it's just his judgment. And then it affects me being me. But then the more I come back to this, who am I, and I sit in silence, I think the silence plays a big part, just sitting there and letting whatever comes through come through. But then getting back to that place of just pure awareness, like at the crux of it all, like we are just experiencing these thoughts. These thoughts aren't even our own voice. Like these thoughts, you can't even explain where some of the thoughts come from, bro. It's like some of the intrusive thoughts I get, like you say, like driving your car into this pole or jumping off this bridge, and like how you'd look splattered on the ground, like where the fuck's that come from? I don't know. But you get in touch with this self, like with the capital S, like I was saying last time. It's like that awareness, like you're sitting behind all of that, like the thoughts that you're hearing, that you're just observing those things. They aren't you. And yeah, you know, we get back there and it's like, it's been really nice for me. It's helped me massively into staying calm and just getting in touch with that happiness. Because like, but by default, we are happy. Like you need reasons to be sad and miserable, but you don't need reasons to be happy.
100%.
We are, as beings, we're supposed to be happy.
Yeah,
we're supposed to be loving, and you know. So yeah, that's been me the last couple of weeks and stuff, just diving into that. But
you can see it, man, and you can hear it too. Your trust in the universe that it's working through you is huge. You know, you're letting things play out. You know, all the lessons that we learn, it's like you're embodying all of them at once, and you're just allowing it. You know, and you can feel the the energy within you. It's different. I don't know what has happened since I've been away. I don't know. Yeah.
We've had some conversations, haven't we?
It's
and
gone
Matt,
to a deeper level.
I'll say it like now because there's no better way to express my gratitude. But bro, like I don't know how. I don't actually. I do know, but the universe worked through you, bro. Like never before. Like there was a day where I was like, you know, down here. Like this is the thing. Like I'm. You're not always like happy in that, but man, I was down and out, as you'd say, and bro, like you called me right at like when I was in the thick of it, and like default, I'm like screen, like no, I'm not answering, but then no, something come up, and I was like, yeah, I'll answer, and like it was the best decision, like because you just talking to you, and what you had to say, like your words of your advice and stuff was just like. Exactly. It was almost like I wasn't even speaking to you. It was just like it was the higher power coming through you. And not only was it on that Thursday.
Love you, man.
Love you too, bro. Thank you.
Fucking make
but
me emotional.
yeah, it wasn't just that one day.
Brendan's got there. Great, we're 30 minutes in. Brendan's.
Wow, bro.
Yeah, it wasn't just that one day, and then it was like the follow up on the Sunday too, where I was like still kind of, you know, and was going to watch the UFC, and I was like in that mode where I was like, no, I'm staying home. Like, no. I even said it to you on the phone, like, yeah, I'm just going to order it here. I'm like, I don't really want to go out. And then I was like, no, let's go. And yeah, the best decision. Like,
and I think that's the thing. I went to step in and like think I sort of knew what to say. Yeah. And then it like, I mean, but then when we just sat and you just started expressing, and I think that's the most powerful thing is the presence. I just sat there and just listened. And I just listened to you, and it was just like, you've got all the answers, but I'm just going to reflect them back to you. And then the second that I just gave you that presence and it was sort of coming to the end of it, it was like, I had this feeling of like, now step in. What do you want him to know? And it was just like, you know, bang, 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 boundary, boom, move that. You know, that's that, bang, bang, boom. And then putting stories and analogies on the table.
Powerful stuff there.
And then
simple yet really effective.
And then you're just like, bro, I need to hear that.
Yeah.
And then it was sort of a part of me was like, what just happened? Like it was like, yeah. So yeah, I appreciate that. No, it's all good.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, man. And I know it's vice versa. Like you said, you lads, all three of you lads, you know, it wasn't a coincidence as to the reasons why we've all connected to be here today and share truth and energy. And have a laugh as well and speak some love and truth, like, and that's what it is. So, and I know it's vice versa. Like, that's the biggest thing for me now, is knowing that I'm not just that. Like, I'm not just here to do that. It's projected back, but I've got to open up those doors. Remember last time Jackson's knocking on the door and I'm like, I fucking think, like, don't think you can come in and tell me.
Turned all the lights off. You're hiding under the lounge.
Exactly. Yeah, I was hiding, but like, but you just showed me what I've got to do next time as well. Like, I think that was a lesson for me, in that knowing of like, see how easy, if you just hand your shit over to someone else, like trying to take on everyone else's stuff and helping everyone else sort it out. I'm not helping anyone. Now, that's been a realization for me, is like, I'm not here to help anyone. Like, people don't need to be helped. People just need to find their truth. Yeah. I don't want people to think that I'm here to help you. It's like, I'm here to just speak my truth and learn about myself. I've got enough shit to deal with. Yeah. But if my experiences and lessons and everything that I've learnt, like, does help you find your truth, then that's awesome. Like, I've got a big backpack to carry on itself, but if I can take some things out of my backpack and show you, well, then that's awesome. Everyone has all these answers. Yeah. Like, we were all born into this world with these answers. Yeah. It's just, we need each other to find those answers again. When I said all that stuff, you're like, yeah, you're right. Yep. Like, it was like nothing new. Yep. It was just what I could see, being on the outside of it. Yep.
Wow. Bro,
but let's flip bars and let's hear about this cheeky little trip to India.
I just really want to say this, but like the whole time, like, watching that, man, that was so fucking powerful. Like, that was just insane. What presence can do for like your mindset and the way that you work through things, that was just insane. Like, I was there with you while you were getting explained this before. Like, you were speaking your truths before, but this is why I think that our connection runs deeper, is because we have this, this dynamic, and that's why obviously I missed it when I left, because it's like it's deeper than family. It's like it's a higher power. It's just
it's a oneness.
Yeah. Massively, man. Holy shit, bro. That railed me just listening to that. That's beautiful, man. I'm happy that you're out of it, and I'm happy that, you've dropped to a deeper level now, and I'm just so lucky that we all have each other.
Yeah. No, that's why it just very lucky. Very lucky to have you guys. But
crazy. But yeah.
How was India? Get that India.
Yeah, get that India. Oh, bro, wow. You've been waiting to throw that out, haven't you?
You said it in our pocket. I was like, I'm going to get that. Yeah.
Oh, I just got that. You said it twice out there, and I'm like, what's he talking about?
It was in the group message. I guess it doesn't like sort of relay like that, right? When it's in a message, you can't really understand it. But
into ya? Yeah. What's he talking about?
I full stole that.
No, that's all right, bro. I'll just copyright it next time. It's all good, bro. Pay your dividends. Amazing, man. I think, like, on all aspects, like, I want to speak a little bit of truth as well about traveling. I think there's a big misconception with traveling. I think that, a lot of people put it on a pedestal like it's the cure of all, like you go traveling, you just forget everything and like nothing happens, nothing bad happens, or it's all just roses. And because you see it on social media and it might look amazing, or it might, look really fancy and pretty, there's a lot of shit that goes on behind closed doors that people don't really understand about, and it's not always this glitz and glamour. Traveling's amazing. I fucking love it. Like, I'm obsessed with it. Ever since I was 18, I've absolutely, I've like sort of lived my life through that a lot. But yeah, I wanted to sort of get that out there because I think some people get too caught up in the image they portray when they travel. Like, there's a lot of people out there now doing like vlogs and stuff that talk about how fucked traveling can be sometimes. Yeah. Like, it's, like I got Delhi belly, man, like on the last day, which was fucking rough to travel back 14 hours on a fucking plane with, Oh, man. That's one of the aspects, it's not all perfect. And I know I'm sort of starting it off on a bit of a weird way of explaining it, but this is truth, really. Yeah. And, but it was an amazing experience. Wow. Okay. Yeah. I got it out there.
I'm back.
We got it there. But yeah, it's not always perfect. Like, have always expressed that to people. I always like to give my honesty, you know, with traveling. It's not written out perfectly every single time. So, but it was an amazing experience. Either way, I got to really dive into myself a lot more. A lot of self-exploration, a lot more stillness, because I had all those practices and stuff before, like meditating, yoga and stuff like that. I got to really dive into that a lot more when I had free time. Like obviously with traveling, there's a lot of time spent moving from location to location via a car or a bus or a plane or something like that. Yeah, tuk-tuk.
Camel.
Elephant, whatever you want, bro. Whatever, pick your poison. Yeah, but you also get a lot of time for freedom of like self-exploration. And when you sent that stuff through, I started to really dive into that as well, with that, self-inquiry stuff. And it was just amazing. The things I seen. If you wanna see what life's really about and how like good your life is, go to India. Okay, go to some of the most poverty-stricken places in the world, and you will really get an appreciation of what life is all about. You get to see everything, man. Like when you're there, it's a lot of the other Southeast Asian countries, they still have poverty, but it's not to the level that India goes, right? Like India is just, it's a whole other beast. Yeah. It's very dog-eat-dog world, but the people there are just so fucking amazing, man. They are the most beautiful, like spiritual, like humbled, like caring, kind people in the world, and they go through the trenches day in, day out. They have nothing. A lot of them have nothing. And to see that really put my life into perspective a lot as well.
Do you feel as though that a lot of people over there have just fully surrendered to what is?
100%.
Like they just have no other choice. Like it's that torrential that you've got to surrender. Yeah, otherwise, exactly. If you're going to try and crawl up some tree, like good luck. Yeah. That's the first thing that come through when you're like, they're so accepting because it just is. Like but for us over here in the Western, world, we're trying to crawl up some sort of magical tree that's, sometimes we get there, sometimes we don't. But it's like, why are you putting yourself on that pedestal anyways?
Yeah, exactly.
So, but that was the first thing.
Yeah,
religion's very prominent over there too.
Oh, Hinduism's massive, man. Yeah. And like we get a lot of our practices from there, meditation, yoga and stuff like that. And belief, they also believe in the universe as well and the way it was created and stuff like that. So it was good to dive into the Hinduism as well and understand that. Met a lot of beautiful people, man, but it's exactly what you said. Like a lot of it is just acceptance. Like some of the happiest people I met were the people with absolutely nothing. Like we went through, we stayed in this village, and it was like, we actually stayed in a fortress. Like it's a 200-year-old fortress. It was the most amazing place I've ever stayed in. It was like 5-star. I don't know how the hell I got it for cheap. But anyway, I stayed there. And one of the caretakers of the actual grounds, he just randomly hit me up, and he was just like, oh, do you want to go for a walk through the village? And this is a 5-star hotel, right? Like you want to enjoy it. You want to see what it's all about. And my ego was just like, just chill out. Like, it's been a big day. You've traveled a long way. Look at all this like amazing stuff you have in the hotel, whatever. But then I was like, no, you know what? I want to do something different. And he took me for a walk through this village, and I got to see, like, it opened my eyes so much. I got to see life for what it is. Like these people, man, with absolutely nothing. Yeah. And the children there were the most happiest, like little people I have ever seen in my life. I think I posted some photos on Instagram of, there was like a big group of them.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Man, we were just walking through the village, and then it started with like one child, then it was the next, and then I was just like, I started playing with them all, like high-fiving them, playing a bit of sport and stuff like that, and they absolutely loved it, man. They could not get enough of it. Yeah. But my ability to go out and do something that I probably normally wouldn't do allowed me to experience something that was so profound, and it tapped into my heart massively, man. Like I got so much enjoyment out of it. I absolutely loved it, and they loved it too. They were so in awe of me. They probably never had that before. Like they've probably never seen someone who looks like me before. This is a very rural place where not a lot of people go to.
Yeah, and if a skunk's rocked up, like you got to remember, like it's just you just get that, you know. Like I'm assuming I would have the same thing if I was there. I'm not surprised. You know, shirt on or off. It's just you get that on the big jobs. You know, so.
You do.
Anyways,
that was that video of them playing that whatever, like that tag game or.
Yeah, they play a game called Coco.
Yeah.
But that was a different place as well. That was just spur of the moment, man. But
Right.
this village thing was just, amazing. This guy, the guy that took us around, took us into his home and was like showing us his house. And I was like,
you don't get that either.
You don't get that, man. He was like trying to give us dinner and food. And like this guy had nothing, man. Like he was very minimal. And you know, sorry.
No, I was just putting my throat good to go.
And it was, just to be able to experience that with them. And like, he was just so giving. He just wanted to give me it all. Yeah. You know, like, oh, here, have my food, meet my family. And he was so proud for someone of, you know, my social status or, you know, the person that obviously we are when we travel and we have money and stuff. He just wanted to bring
some strapping lad strolls in.
Look at the compliments, bro. Look at
so
this.
weird that you didn't have any money when you left you left your but the thing that stands out for me with you saying that is like, okay, now we bring that back to this, you know, our area. We're not going to let random people come into our house, right?
100%.
I think it's accepting the balance between accepting people for who they are and you know, we're over there. If they're all overly giving, well then you're not really going to get let down because everyone's sort of on the same wavelength. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, very giving.
But you know, but here, you know, you don't know where people are at, and you can't change the Western world.
100%.
But you can have acceptance and take in those values and morals into your world with the awareness, knowing that you don't have to always be like every man for himself, but you don't have to open the doors to everyone. You know what I mean?
100%,
But I love that they're like fully like that over there. That's amazing. Yeah. The fact that he just let you in the house, cook your food, and they got barely nothing. It's like, but they know that there's a higher power that looks after them.
That's right.
So it's like,
Their faith,
I'm happy to feed you because I know that I'll be looked after. Whether that's he walks down to the street and something happens and he gets given this or whatever, it's like,
man,
their trust is unbelievable. You know,
massively. That's like you said,
Live
their
and breathe
faith.
it.
Yeah, they do. They embody it.
Like structured around like the
Well, that's their belief system, right? And I guess we take parts of that for our own as well. But touching on what you said before about the school as well, like we were just driving through. It was a different village. We were just driving through, and I don't know. I get enjoyment of meeting new people, like, you know, connecting with new people, and children are so happy just by like the smallest things. Yeah. So, you know, you're sort of drawn to that energy a little bit with like their ability just to be so open as well. But we were traveling in the taxi, and because I'm in a different mindset now of like, doesn't have to be so structured anymore, where I'd have to be like, I'd have to get to this place at this time.
Jackson knows the way.
Exactly. That's right. But I don't know the way. Higher power. It knows the way, not me. It knows what I really want deep down. Yeah. And we were just driving, and then I seen this school, and all the kids were just playing out there, and I was like, do you reckon we could stop to my driver? And he's just like, yeah, sweet. Just hopped out. Bro, literally the whole school, like 400 children just come like running out towards us. I was just like, it was like a wave of people, man. And then they were so welcoming. They did not care. Like they were in the middle of school. This was like their recess. Yeah. And they just brought us in, man. They showed us around the school. They showed us the games they play. And it was just such a profound experience watching these children, you know, in their own little world that they have, and then bringing me in. And I was just the observer of it all. Yeah.
Do you want me to? I'll tell them. And then what about then kids are calling out, Brad Pitt? I know you didn't want to tell that part, Jackson. And they all bowed or something. I don't know.
Autographs, yeah.
I didn't know if you were going to tell them. It's just truth.
Yeah.
Brad Pitt.
But you know what? You get a lot of that.
Happens. I get that all the time. I get Vin Diesel.
Dominic Toretto.
Yeah, I get that.
Which Fast and the Furious though?
The when he was jacked up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, Dwayne Johnson. Anyways, back to it. DJ. Yeah. That's such a beautiful thing. I love hearing that. Yeah. But how was I want to ask you, how was it traveling with the Ummays?
Oh, amazing, man. Yeah, that was cool. That was like a whole new level of connection as well. You spend 24 hours a day with each other and you really get to know each other on a deeper level. Like it doesn't always have to be deep, right? Like it doesn't have to be these massive like conversations, but we got to know each other better, and the like being able to show her things that I have experienced before was the most fulfilling thing for me. Like I went to India in 2016 and I absolutely loved it, and I wanted to show her what life's really all about. And she's the most open person to everything. Like no matter what it is, she'll say yes to it. So like we got to just, like that whole like, you know, going to a school, walking through a village, she's the first person to be like, yep, I'm there, I'm done. That's like, cool. Let's do it. Like no matter what it is, no matter how difficult it is, she's always like, yep. And I'm lucky to have her to be like that because, you know, like, you might have a different dynamic which might make it harder to do that on a holiday or, you know, be a bit more free or a bit more open. But she was just so open to everything. All the food, that surprised me the most. She doesn't eat spicy food, but she ate spicy food. So that was awesome to watch her go through that. The first couple were like put the finger in and just taste it, you know, but then after that it's just smashing it every single plate. But nice. When we did, you know, drop in and get a little bit deeper, it just built our connection a lot more. Like we got to really understand each other.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Because she lives, you know, in Queensland.
Yeah.
But I'll ask you this, with your path and her path with life and, you know, all these things happening. Yeah. When will this ever possibly never happen again? Where you guys will go on a holiday together?
Yeah,
like, do you know what I mean? Like with this, you know, where you're at, where she's at, it just aligned perfectly. So
for sure,
treasuring that and embodying that and enjoying that for what it was, would have been such a beautiful thing for you.
Yeah, man. Like, that's exactly right. Like exactly what you said is spot on, because you don't know how long you have left with your parents. That's the biggest thing. And sometimes I think that we do take it for granted. Like I'm going to be honest, growing up, as an only child, you know, a bit of a rat bag and not really having any appreciation for my mum. I think that it did, this holiday definitely changed the way I look at her and like the way that she is as a human being and how beautiful she is and how much I do love her through and through. And I think that's something that I always did was just take it for granted. You know, you end up taking it for granted, and you never really know how long you have left with them. And so now, like having that so much time with her really gave me a deeper sense of sorry, brother, sorry, my bro. How much I do love her, and I do, and there's no like, you know, sometimes you might have a bit of fear of judgment of expressing that, but it's like how often are you going to be able to tell them that you love them, and how often are you going to be able to tell them that you appreciate them? And she listens now, so love you, mum.
Take your plug there.
Yeah.
We are you thinking what I'm thinking? Hey? Are you thinking what I'm thinking? We spoke about this last night.
Yeah, man.
Literally, we spoke about this last night about you know how long we have, you know, the thoughts about how long you have left here, you know, and not, I wouldn't say coming from a place of, you know, fear of like being worried every day that this is your last day, but I think it's to leave at the forefront of your mind of like how much time do you have left, and are you coming from the best place possible in every moment, in every day, and you know it's just the life is very simple when you can just enjoy what is happening in the moment with the ones you love the most. Literally, life is that simple. Enjoy the moments and be present with whatever is happening in front of you with the ones you love the most. Simple as that. You find the ones you love, obviously your kids, your parents, your friends, like you guys and your loved ones, and you keep that close and you enjoy every moment you have with them, because you'd never want to look back and go, what the fuck have I been doing? Like, where the fuck have I been? And now I want this back. Like, now I actually, I want to redo this, because I'm realizing now at the end of my life that I actually was nowhere near as close. And don't get me wrong, we're not going to be able to fully be on the trigger. You know, we're not always going to be fully present. But I think it's a big place to come back to, of like, as you were talking, my mind was rolling 1,000 miles an hour. And I know clearly yours was. So I think it was, you've said some things that made me sort of, see some things with me with like, there's some work that needs to be done in my corner, that's for sure.
100%. That's all I could think about.
Yeah.
It's been something.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, you don't want to get to your deathbed, right, and regret every moment you had with them. Like, I mean, I was waking up each day with her, bro, and I'd walk over to her and like, I'd just ask her like, how she's feeling, and like, I'd give her a kiss and like I'd give her a hug. And in those moments where like I'd really think about how much I love her and how much I care for her, I'd reach out. And it would, it's making me a little bit emotional, but I took that for granted for a long time, man. And now I don't.
Yeah.
I take those moments when they come to me, man.
Yeah.
If there's something in you telling you to give your mother a hug or give your family member a hug and give him a kiss, just do it. Just fucking do it. Because, as I said, man, you don't know how long you have left with these people.
Universe working through you.
I think I feel as though it's just being as open and transparent with them as possible. Being as open and transparent of like giving them the presence that they want. Because I know both my parents, they just want my presence. Like, me and my mum had this deep conversation, and she's like, I'm like, I asked her, I said, honestly, do you feel as though that you have to get everything out while you've got me on the phone? She's like, yes. I feel like I've just got to like 1,000 miles an hour. And I was like, but you've got me anytime. But it's like, oh, you're busy. And, my old man always just say like, oh, don't call him, he's busy. And I'm like, I don't ever want to be portrayed as like the guy that's really busy that has heaps of stuff going on. Because inside I actually want my parents. Like, and then I had that chat with my mum, and I was like, I need you. Like, I need you to step in. Like, there's some things in my life that happen. I'm like, I need mum. Not. And she goes, I'll be honest. It looked like you have it all sorted. So like, why do you need me? I'm like, don't you ever say that to me again.
Yeah, man.
And but that open, transparent conversation really put it on the table. I was like, I need you to step in as a mum. And literally after that conversation, something happened a week later where I was like, I need you.
Yeah.
Like, I need you to step in as mum now. Like, give me the presence, where, oh, he's busy, he's got heaps of stuff going on, don't disturb him. I'm like, don't you ever. Like, I don't have everything fucking sorted. Trust me. Yeah. I never will. I need you to step in sometimes. I need you to step in as a parent, and I don't know if it's from my, possibly dominating personality or what, like the external things I've got going on maybe portrays that.
Yeah.
But inside I'm still a soul that needs to be filled with love, and I need guidance from my parents.
100%, man.
Those conversations, being transparent and communicating a little bit more, I think does help, because for them on their part, I think it's like just from my experience anyway, it's very much like a do I, don't I, how do I approach, rah, rah, rah. And that's from the years of like you, I can relate, because like I'm an only child too, and I think we're very similar in that regard. Like, growing up rat bag, just like even now, one of the biggest things that I've, made a commitment, well, trying to commit to expressing that appreciation, and I still fall short, and that's why it's a bit of guilt, or feel a bit bad about that, but yeah.
But you're doing your best, bro. You know, like, we're all working through this stuff, and it's not always going to be perfect.
Yeah.
It's not always going to be roses, and that was what, like, I realised that got me and my mum to a deeper level was, expressing each thing that comes up, speaking your truths with them as well. Like, mum, you're making me feel a little bit frustrated about, every time we speak, it's like you're telling me what to do. Like, I just want you to be there and, be a friend, not a parent. we're connected, you know, we know each other very deeply. Let's just be present with each other and build a connection that way. And when I started to do that, I noticed that a lot of her anxiety or a lot of her built up thoughts in her head just fell away.
Yeah.
It was, I spoke my truth to her. I showed her my, you know, my inner self, my love, and I projected that out in a, you know, in a calm way and in a very sort of caring way. And she just accepted it. And I still remember it changed like instantly. Like from that moment on, it's been like that. I never had this relationship, you know. I think I said that to you last time as well. I was like, the only way forward in this journey, right, is by speaking your truth. So why not do it with them too?
Yeah.
And you know,
It's the hardest one to do it with because they can trigger you the most.
Yes.
They've
for sure.
They've known us our whole life.
Yeah.
But those deep conversations I've personally had have been the most profound. Like, can we just drop this?
Yeah.
What's going on? Why is this awkwardness? Or why is this tension?
Yeah.
Like, I'm feeling tense.
Yeah.
But I think from our awareness of this path, we have to be the ones to intentionally go into the conversations with them about it.
Yeah.
Because then it opens up their doors to realize what's going on inside of them. Otherwise, we're both going to just be the character.
Yeah, man.
Where it's like, hey, just give me some presents. As of late, blah, 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 blah. Can we just put this on the table and look at it? And then that allows them to go, yeah, you're right. Even me, I feel like I had those realizations with my mum, and then she realized, yeah, I am rushing. I don't give you presents. I'm, trying to get you to see me. But now that we can talk like this and be present, then it's like,
Yeah.
you get off the conversation, it's like, fuck. Wow.
It's so nice, right?
Yeah.
It's so fulfilling.
Mm.
Yeah.
What a. Anyways, welcome back.
Cracked open.
Joshy
Cracked
boy,
me open,
eh?
eh?
Mm.
Wow.
But we're talking about like that with our daughters.
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff there as well. I guess. Yeah.
It was such a beautiful thing last night when Amelia came running out of the room, and then she ran back in, and you just go, oh, I love her so much. And I was like, fuck. And yeah, bro, she's such a beautiful little human being who's growing, and she worships the ground you walk on. You can tell. It's like, Dad.
But
Yeah. And it was such a beautiful thing to see it. Like all the girls were playing last night, and it was, hey, we were like peeping through the window, having a look at them, and they're
trying not to get busted, eh?
Yeah. She's like, Dad.
I'll see you later. And then she's like checking the door to see if I'm there.
Yeah,
I'm
she's
trying
like-
to get the cheeky phone around to record it.
Yeah.
My flash is on. Rookie error.
But they're such little beautiful human beings.
And
Yes.
like with that as well, man, I get to observe you two both with your children and the way the interactions that you have with them and the way that you speak about them. And I get a lot from that, man. Like it makes me like sort of appreciate the relationships that I have with my family. And then I get to look forward to like one day having a child. And, you know, that's like, and I get to learn a lot through that, like now before I do have a child, from what you guys go through and how you feel about it and the presents you give them. And
Do you want me to tell him?
oh, fuck, here we go.
He's got a... There's a baby brewing overseas. No, I'm joking.
Bro, I didn't
Is
come
there?
back here to get
Is
bullied,
there?
all right?
Is there?
No.
Okay. Because if there was, how beautiful.
Oh, bro.
Hey, I'm sorry. I love you, man. I'm just making up for lost time. I love that whole. Do you want me to tell him? You tell him. Could you know the story? But hey, if there was, think about how spiritual it would.
Bro, that just went through my mind.
Like, think about it. You're
It's
tied
gonna
in.
come out in the
You're in.
namaste.
No, yeah.
Just like this, bro, in
the
old-
lotus pit. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
possibilities. Well, look, I'll be honest. On the app where you can see all the analytics, India is now on the map of people listening. Seriously, no, I'm not. That's
You're
not even
using it against me now, what I told you.
no,
yesterday.
but it actually come up.
Oh, God.
I'm not joking.
Yeah,
India has come up because we've got Australia, which is like 93%.
Yeah.
America, which is like 4%.
Yeah.
And then I don't know the next country. I think it might be England or something. And then now it's India.
Wow.
And it wasn't there before.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's because
Mr. Worldwide.
no, but you said
You have a kid in every country.
You would pull the bald head joke about people. You dog. I told you I'm Vin Diesel. I'm not Pitbull.
It's a 305.
Hey, you know.
But no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
No, but
While I was on Tinder, it was in my bio, mate.
Yeah,
Gamble podcast.
no. But might have been because your phone was over there, but you said we've now got listeners from over there. That's what I was getting at.
Yeah.
You didn't let me finish, Josh. You come in being a
It's-
smart ass and I'm trying to have a conversation with my mate that just got home from India. Sorry, Jackson.
Yeah, no, that's okay, bro. It's all good. Yeah, like I met a lot of people over there, and through those connections, now people have started to listen to the podcast, and they resonate with this stuff already. And it's funny how you'll align with people just out of the blue that you never would have thought. That you start having a conversation with them, you're like, yeah, I have those beliefs too. Yeah, I think about life
No
like that.
coincidence.
100%. Yep. Join the club, bro. I couldn't speak before either. Just going on a walk, man, like visiting a monument or a fortress or whatever it is, and then you end up bumping into someone. You get out of your own way, you start having a conversation with someone, and then you drop to this deep level, you know, and then you keep opening up, and then you end up meeting these beautiful people that have these same belief systems as you.
Yeah, but when you said, because you told me on the phone, and then later on that day I checked it, and India was actually in the mix. So I was like, you're not talking smack, you're being legit.
Yeah.
Handing out flyers over there. We're sending it. You might be the person that goes around the world passing on this message.
Well, yeah, I'm going to Vietnam and Thailand in May, in June. So
Get some flyers made up.
yeah, 100%. I'll just have it written as like a shirt. Like, give me a shirt. Actually, we'll take that and we'll go overseas with it.
Cool.
Good idea.
QR code.
Yeah, that's actually even better.
QR code and just scan it. Take it straight to the.
It looks so fucking weird doing that. Yeah.
Profit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
So let's
We did it again.
Stop.
let's offload over this way, bro. How are you? You've had some stuff come through this morning, I believe.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Some surrendering, some realizations, and
I was really going to pass a buck to you first and then come this way, but you've done a cutout pass.
yeah.
You haven't intercepted it.
No.
Because I went to say, so Josh.
Oh, we're running a block play.
Yeah, run a block play. Yeah, I've just realised that I'm not as clear as I can be to receive. I've woken up this morning to basically like a little awakening of like my soul was like, I'm done with this shit. Like my soul was like, literally I could feel it in my chest this morning. It was like, I am done with this shit. I'm not doing this anymore. And I was like, could feel it. I was like, fuck, okay. And it was like fully addicted to my phone, like full blown addiction. I'll fully admit it. And 95% of people out there might be, but I'm fully one to just put it out on the table and own it. It was like, you're fully addicted. You've got 5-6 Instagram accounts you work with. You're forever checking notifications. You're trying to be on the ball of getting back to everyone and everything, you know, and it's been affecting me, like numbing me to like not receive things. Like the downloads aren't as strong. Like when Josh came over last night, I left to go to 7-Eleven to get a cheeky maxi bon.
Just a maxi bon, he said.
And 2 Krispy Kreme donuts. I went to say it. I told you I want this episode to be slow.
Sorry, bro.
Yeah, fuck me.
So your truths, bro. Keep
Yeah.
speaking your truth.
Ease it up.
And literally like Josh was putting Amelia in the car and then I've scooted off and then pulled up at the set of lights straight away, subconsciously just went to get on my phone. And you know what? You pulled up next to me and I put it back in the thing. Because I went to know that I was going to basically be busted.
Yep.
And I've been busted on my phone, like lost 5 points. I'm like, I'm living the 1 point life at the moment.
Oh, shit.
You know, my old man had to like take some points off me. I'm like, when are you going to learn?
Yeah.
And it was like just this subconscious attachment to, I don't know, just to my phone. And I think I've got full access to be able to do it during the day. It's not like I'm a tradie and I'm on the tools, you know, like I've got access to like, you know, we do the podcast, I work at G3, but it's funny that this podcast my shifts at G3, when I meditate, when I'm home present with the girls, those are the things that fill me up. But what's the same thing that it's connected to? I don't have my phone in those moments.
Yeah, presence.
And I've got boundaries at home with the girls. Like then that's like on lock. I check my phone, put it in the room, it stays there. Yeah. I'll go check socials if I have to, do what I got to do, post whatever, but then I come back. So that's sort of already in place. But any other time I'm by myself, it's like, ooh, you know, and
yeah,
it's this fake dopamine hit. So this morning my soul was like, I'm fucking done.
Yeah.
Because my life is beautiful. Like, and I'm very grateful. Don't get me wrong. I still have so much shit to work on and deal with and things come up. But business is a big thing that's like, there's a lot of moving parts in my life. Like family's very good. There's some realizations from you speaking your truth with your mum that has made me sort of sit with some things. So, but you know, the girls are amazing. Janae's like fucking gold. So business is a thing that's always like, there's a lot of moving parts. This podcast, Love What Is, G3 franchising, G3 Penrith, some other opportunities that you guys know about behind the closed doors that are potentially going to erupt. Yeah. And I'm sitting there numb trying to ask for answers of where I move. It's like, you know, but how can we give you the answers when you're sitting on your phone scrolling? Yeah. And, you know, I'm like, my soul was like, I'm done with this shit. We've got to set fucking boundaries. So like I'm putting it out there now. I'm intentionally, and Brendan was one that helped me this morning and some things came through. My download this morning was, it was so strong. Get clear and get clean. And I'll meet you in the middle.
Yep. Yeah, nice.
And I was like, okay. Yeah. Get clear, get clean, and I'll meet you in the middle. And I was like, gotcha. It was so like a mate being like, I'll meet you in the middle. Like I'm confident that I'll meet you, but you've got to do what you got to do. Yeah. So I've set boundaries. Yeah. The phone, I can check it 3 times a day, but I set an alarm when I check it. So as I get on, I've got an alarm set for like 10, 15 minutes. So I'm on there intentionally knowing an alarm's about to go off and I get off. I don't have notifications anyways.
Yeah, but that's a big one. They're little because they take your attention every time you hear the little bing, bing.
Yeah. But a double-edged sword, I don't have notifications on my Facebook Messenger. Look at his foot tapping. Facebook Messenger and messages, notifications don't come up. But when I unlock my phone, I don't have the little red thing either. Like, you know, when you have a number of how many notifications you have.
Oh, yeah.
I've got that fully off. But what I realize, I keep checking it to know if I've actually got a notification.
Wow. Yeah. Look at that pathway.
Yeah. So what I've done was I've got rid of the notifications on my lock screen, but the numbers will come back now. So then I know that I've actually got something because I keep clicking it and nothing's there. Yeah. So now I click, you know, now there's something there, I'll click it. But if there's not, now I don't click it. Like see how...
So it's tricky because your business is tied into you.
Yeah, man.
And then you're on there and then it's like, I'll just...
I'll get on there to post something about G3 and I'll end up looking at your auntie's photos from Switzerland in 2008.
They were good, but
when she went.
They were really good.
Yeah,
like, I was looking at them too the other day. Yeah,
yeah, but you were looking at them behind closed doors.
Oh, here we fucking no fapping at all.
She posted some pics there.
Which auntie are we talking about?
Deborah. Oh, Deborah. Deb. Auntie Deb.
Yeah.
Auntie Deb had some of those flicks. I've
been speaking to her about them too.
Yeah. I don't even know how she got... I don't even know how Facebook let her put them up.
Mate, I told her to put a profile on private so you creeps can't look at it.
Just remember, double click's not Zoom.
Well, then she said,
"Oh yeah, true." But I got caught out twice on that. She sent me a message after it.
Well, she told me she's like Vin Diesel's been DMing me. I said it's not Vin Diesel. It's Pitbull.
I said. I sent her.
She said good enough.
I sent her a photo of Google Images. Anyways,
you get sidetracked.
So I'll go on there. And I'll try and go intentionally to do something, but then notice that I've got unlimited time on there, so I'll end up somewhere,
Yeah.
and then I got to bring it back. You know,
And then you lose track of time. And you go, holy shit!
Yeah.
It's fucking half an hour, 40 minutes is gone.
and
I just want to ask you: do you find yourself getting a little bit irritated after you use your phone heaps, bro? I was just having this. Sorry, you say it.
Yeah, no, keep going.
Big time.
Bro, it's funny you say this because literally this was what's been happening to me. So, you know, you go and you travel, you post a lot of content, you get a lot of likes, you get a lot of people interacting with you. Yeah. You're then hooked on that. It literally hooks you with the dopamine because you're getting gratification, right? You're getting the gratification, so it's like coming in at you a million miles an hour, and you can see yourself, man. I found myself going back on Instagram when I just checked it like literally a minute ago. And I'm like, what am I doing? Yeah. I literally did so it comes through for you as well. Yesterday, man, I was like, I'm not going on my phone all day. Yeah. I'm just going to spend time with my family. I'm just going to be present. And I felt so much more, like I felt amazing after it, man. I got to the end of the day, I was like, holy shit, that's what this thing does to me.
Yeah, you can feel the difference.
You can feel it. I'm not as irritated, I'm not as frustrated. I've got more patience.
I'll be checking my phone at night because I go in the room and check it, and Janae will call out to get like, can you get Eden this or Indy this or whatever. Yeah. I notice myself get frustrated.
Yeah.
But
part of your mind is like,
yeah.
I'm in the middle of time. Yeah. But it's like, what are you in the middle of? That?
And then she'll hear
checking your phone.
Yeah. She'll hear the and she's like, did you just sigh? I'm like, no, I was just, but like, or like the girls might come in while I'm posting. I'm like, Janae, I'm trying to post. Like I automatically. Yeah. So what I've done is set intentions. And another thing I want to do is, because the whole get clear and get clean and meet me in the middle, it said in 30 days all will be revealed. Now, of the directions of some things. So I'll let that sit. I'm not going to attach to the 30 days, but I'm saying it out loud. But to get clear and get clean, another thing as well was remove all distractions of things that sometimes control you when you're in a lower vibration. Yep. Rather than when you drop into that vibration and you need numbing devices of your phone, porn, whatever, we're not going to revert to that anymore. I want you to revert back to stillness, come back, get clean. And I'm really good with my food. So that was another thing. It was like I'm sweet in my food, except Saturday nights when you end up at 7-Eleven.
Yeah, but you know what? Like, I think that's the thing. If you're honing in Monday to Friday, this is how I used to go, all right, look, the weekend, I'm not going to splurge, but I'm not going to set strict rules.
Yeah.
I'm just going to let it be. So you enjoy the weekend then. Yeah. You know, you can go out with your mates and have a good feed and have whatever you want to do, a beer or...
Well, especially when you don't take your, or you don't have a Visa card and you go with your mates for breakfast. It's always good because your mate pays.
Talking, do you want that French toast paid back?
Yeah, right? I'm claiming that. But we ordered a feast last night and you let me take home some leftovers. See, Two little pieces of chicken, but I said, look, I'll take it.
Have a bucket.
Have a KFC bucket. Right, I'll take it.
Are you going to throw that out, are you? No, but so yeah, get clear, get clean, and that was the thing I wanted to propose because me and Josh have been talking about it. No, social media is definitely on lock, and another one was porn. I'm like, I'm fully getting clean with it. I'm like, I know I'm addicted to my phone. I'm not addicted to porn, but I know that when I'm in a low vibration, I go to that to get me out of it. That's the problem. I'm not just, I'll rub one out and be sweet. Yeah. It's like I go to it to give me some sort of gratification, which it doesn't. So I'm removing all those things that when I put water in a cup, there's a hole in it. And the two cups that I see is social media and porn. Those are the two things. So I'm like, now, like I don't play the pokies, I don't smoke, don't do drugs, all that. So I'm like, those are the two things that I'm going to remove now because it's like, don't give me one Tim Tam. Just either give me the whole packet or don't give me none. Like, unfortunately, at the moment, I'm at that point. Yeah. So I'm like, I'm really dialing in. And that's the thing. I've got this emotional attachment to G3 and all the members message through Instagram and Facebook and like, and through the podcasting. And now we're on TikTok. Follow us on TikTok. I am not following anyone except Soul of Jarrett on TikTok because I'm like, I don't want to see anything because I can see already how fucking addictive it could be.
Well, I heard somewhere that it's like just trying to like brainwash people. I don't know. It's a bit of a conspiracy theory.
China, government's behind it.
Yeah, China has banned it. It's only educational in China till 7 p.m. and then it fully just shuts off.
Bro, because you just sit there and you just do this, right?
How quickly can you get gratification? So I post our videos, the clips that we do on Instagram and TikTok. But now I'm like, yeah, I don't go on TikTok to scroll or whatever. But like, that's the thing. I'm fully addicted. I'm admitting it. I'm getting it on the table because I'm not sitting with it anymore. My soul is done. I'm like, I'm fucking done, man. And I went and trained this morning and it was so clear. It was like, I went to do it. And I'm like, I don't even know I'm doing it. So I'm not too hard on myself.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not hard on myself that I want to make sure everyone gets a reply. I get back to everyone. Like, I'm not, because it's, my intentions are not bad in any way.
Yeah.
So now I'm like, okay, but don't be too hard on yourself. But now we're stripping it right back. So I went and trained, went for a walk with no sound, no nothing, just silence, because when you can just listen and be still, that's when all the answers come.
Yeah.
I asked for guidance with regards to business, like where do you what's fulfilling me, where, I look at it like a pie chart, and I know I've got the capabilities to be able to have multiple businesses and put good energy in all of them, but I just don't know where the lines match. Yeah. Like, with the pie chart, how you got those different lines. I don't know where it sort of sits. So that's why I'm now just being present and clear on that pie chart, and now I'm going to let the universe grab the lines and work out where they want me. So it's like that, please, if I do this, can you meet me? And I'm excited to talk about it. Like, if it's 30 days, this is going to be a pretty cool experiment to put it out there on the platforms, to be like, I'm doing this, and I'll keep you posted in my updates, because it'll be really intriguing to see that if you can just get clear and get clean, what possibilities are out there. Yeah. So
I'm going to join you.
Yeah, same. I think I will too, because it come up a lot for me as well, was discipline. Massively. It kept showing signs at me that you need. Sometimes, we talk about doesn't always have to be structure. You can have the ability to jump off that a little bit here and there, but you need to, you actually spoke about it last podcast, you still need to have your practices that keep you grounded and, keep you within yourself, and you're not just searching for, like, what are you searching for, Because
in doing that, this is what we touched on, right? It's just dragging your attention away from yourself.
Yeah.
From what you really need to hone in on and remind yourself of.
And this all started because of that conversation that you had. So yesterday when I sent you that voice message being like, bro, those 2 minutes there, it was like you were talking to my soul.
Yeah.
That was the start of it. And then it continued on into the day. I could feel things brewing. I'm like getting angry at myself looking at my phone. I'm like, look at you go. And then Janae made a comment on the way to the zoo yesterday. She's like, oh, did you see anything you needed? Because she was driving and I was on, and same thing. She goes, oh, did you see anything you needed? I instantly got agitated. I'm like, you fucking idiot. There you go again. Carrying, so now I'm like, be impeccable with my word.
Yep.
I'm putting it out there. Now it's like, you can easily let yourself down.
Yeah.
And then that just shows your integrity to yourself.
That's right. Yeah.
So like that's a thing that our ego goes, oh, fuck it. Just rub, do your thing. Who cares? No one will know.
Yeah. But it'll seep in. See how it seeps in? It's very subtle. Yeah. And then it becomes larger and larger and larger. And then next minute you're hooked and you're in that. And until you have the awareness to bring yourself out of it, which obviously we do, and most people do, then you build the strength to do it. And then you're like, okay, now I need to cut it off. I need to go back to fucking basics. Yeah. Sometimes you just need to do that.
There's this guy, Jocko Willink, ex-Navy SEAL, and he talks very much. He's got this line, it's discipline equals freedom. Discipline is freedom. And I used to, like you say, it seeps in if you don't keep your word to yourself. Not everyone expresses. It's just a thing we get on here and we just express it. We tell each other. So that's the thing, you build that distance there. You saying that, yep, look, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. I've got an addiction to my phone. You've now accepted it. Now you've put distance there. You're not a part of that. That's not just you. You've noticed it. Put the distance there.
Now I've got to walk the walk.
That's right. And I love what he says about discipline, because discipline is huge, because when you set a goal, when you tell yourself you're going to do something and you do it,
the results come.
The confidence you hold. You can walk around with your head held high. You can look at people and you got no shame in yourself, no guilt. Oh, like, I know I did that. You don't have to express it. I don't have to come and tell you that, oh shit, I ended up fucking up and I, whatever, relapsed or whatever. But you're still internalizing that.
Yeah, so I think that's a big thing now that I'm going to get clear, get clean, and I'll meet the universe in the middle. Strongest download. I was like, oh, wow, okay. And I said 30 days all will be revealed. Could be, I'm not set on that because I don't want to, but I'll let the universe show me and show everyone what it actually means, So
I wouldn't mind doing a little dopamine detox.
Well, that's what it was like yesterday, man. I just, as soon as I sort of finish the day and I just sort of comes back to you, you're like, you feel amazing when you're not on your phone.
Well, I haven't touched socials all this morning and I've been so clear this morning, like sharp. Yeah. And, clear with my voice, clear with my knowing, clear with being with myself.
Yeah.
And I think that's what we need sometimes is to be clear with ourselves because me posting it out there this is for me, but how many people out there are listening going, fuck, I wake up in the morning and I turn around and I grab my phone.
Yeah.
The second I wake up in the morning, I grab my phone and I start checking what the fuck's going on. So for me, I do like a circuit. I'll go email and then I'll check the app for G3, then I'll check Instagram, then I'll check Facebook, then I'll check Spotify, like the podcasting Spotify, and then TikTok. And then that's got me on loop. Out of those 7 things, there's going to be something on there that possibly triggers me in some way.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Or like something. So it's like you are letting this dictate your whole day. Like I'll get to a set of lights and just, but when I'm in my truth and I'm coming from my deeper sense of self and I'm in that knowing and I'm just like, I can just be in the car and just be present. Or I can just be in a conversation and be present. It feels so good. But I know I can't just let the universe just get me back there. It's like, come on, man. You got to take some accountability. You've got to step in. Like, meet me halfway.
Yeah. And like I said last night, a good little thing, like I'm at work with people most of the time, so I actually try and set a bit of a thing, starting first thing in the morning. I try and make it, I'll never check my phone, but then I'm in the car and I'll find myself wanting to, but then I'll get to work and I'm surrounded by like other guys, so I'm working with like there's 3 of us, so it's good. It's I'm like, yep, cool, we'll just chat, have a laugh. But then as soon as I'll like break away from them and I've got a moment, I'll be waiting for a lift or I'll be in an elevator or something, and I feel my hand automatically just go shh, and I'm like, and I'll pick it up now and I try and catch myself. I'm like, all right, I'm going to break this little pattern here, and I'm not going to go through and check my notifications, because I know once I get there and I check, even if I don't have any, I'm still unlocking my phone and going onto the Instagram or on a pointless scroll. But now I just stop.
Yeah, that's good, man.
Yeah. And then it's like awareness. I'm slowly starting to break that little habit. And every time I get that urge now, cool, I'm just going to...
Do you want me to...
No.
Please, yeah. Please.
Because you know how the one hand goes there. Where's the other hand go? Urge. In the elevator. Yeah. Never heard of that?
No?
No. How many floors you got? You only need a couple floors.
Oh, yeah, just the one.
Just the one.
Just the one, yeah.
It's going up. As you went like that to the end, you go, I just feel the urge.
Yeah, no, like
you looked at me. You looked at me weirdly, and I was,
the Instagram scroll. That's all I do. I just go into every time I've got an opportunity, I'll pick it out and just go explore page and just see what I've got.
I was watching him watch you while you were doing that, and I'm like, he's just gonna
explore what?
And I'd seen you were talking, and he was watching.
Explore what? Sexuality. All right, so you're on the. You guys are joining me.
100%,
right,
cool.
cool.
100%.
So setting boundaries. Sorry, just setting boundaries with your phones. Like my biggest thing will be like when I get on it, I'll set a 10 to 15 minute timer.
Yeah,
and I can do it 3 times during the week, twice on the weekends, and no. What are you doing? And
don't
nothing.
say the word.
I'm keeping it clean. Yeah, because
no
they say
fapping.
No fapping. Because they say your life force. Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson. You told me this.
Yeah, we keep sending these things to each other, right? I'll dive deep down that hole like the last couple of months, and then I don't know, like we said last time, you fall off and you get back on, right? So I think it helps as well to have some support, some people to hold you accountable. Well, very important.
Who knows if this even becomes a thing with social media and porn, that we might actually be the ones that actually build a program to be able to be accountable for each other, because we need each other to get through it. Because when you're in your dark little world, it's so easy to just go,
Yep.
Like,
Oh God.
so with the crystal.
How much lube was that, bro?
That was
Was that sorbulent cream or was it lube?
That was a Vaseline.
Oh, fuck,
It was
thick.
but see
That's thick, bro.
see how like
How much movement do you get with
not
that?
much. Not
It's a lot of friction, bro.
There's not much. There's not much movement there anyway. So
Not much.
can we
hell.
just bring it back?
This takes a turn.
I know,
Doesn't
but
it?
so
Yeah.
who knows? It might end up becoming a thing. We might
Yeah.
actually do programs for people to be like
Yeah.
social
Yeah.
media fat detox, because it's like you don't know unless you do it of how good it feels, and we know how good it feels.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
So it's like it needs to be spoken about, but also needs to become a thing. Like I'm excited now to know that those two things are out of my conscious.
Mm.
Now I'm going to give myself more free space,
Yep.
which is going to allow the universe to be able to give me whatever that I need to know.
Yep.
Like
Yeah.
the
It's going to take you to another level too.
Yeah.
If we think of it of like a spectrum of these vibrational energies, and you're stuck down the bottom after rubbing one out and watching your 9 guys or whatever you want to watch, you're down here.
Yeah. Yeah.
But once you eliminate that, and
Oh,
you're
the thoughts. Why is he below them?
But once you're above all that, and you've shown to yourself as well, like, and that's the biggest thing I think is like proving it to yourself. Like, all right, I'm setting out on this thing with these intentions of knowing the end result. And like I said to you the other day, I was like, man, I've noticed massively like my confidence within myself and how good I felt about myself once I was able to just go, yep, cool, eliminate that. And then it takes it right back up here, and you got none of that shit dragging you back down. So I think it's really important.
And you might revisit Harry Potter again, because you haven't seen, because he plays the Harry Potter game. He hasn't seen Harry in a couple of weeks.
Yeah,
Really? Too busy fapping?
Nah,
Oh.
not even. I've actually been on the COD train, and this is what I mean about dopamine. Like I end up replacing it with something else.
Okay,
so it's
so-
like I'll be a hard gamer. I'll play like COD,
Yeah.
fucking all the time, and I'll get stuck on there for like ages. But it's no different to being stuck on your phone.
Yeah.
Like video games, it's like still.
Yeah, I think it's just setting alarms. For me, I know I'm going to have to just set alarms and just do what I got to do. Because obviously from a business perspective, but I'm not going to use that excuse anymore. Like get on there, be intentional, do what you've got to do. And if you got some free time, cool. And then the alarm goes off and then leave it.
You know,
Yeah.
sorry, bro.
Nah.
you
Harry Potter. Sorry. No, you go. You go.
Go.
Go, you go.
No, you go.
You go.
No, you go.
Harry Potter's with Hufflepuff now.
He's fucking.
How the fuck did that happen?
Because he hasn't checked on him.
Bro,
what the hell?
He's built a whole empire. He's selling potions out of his fucking bed, under his bed. And,
See what happens when you don't
Fucking-
check on him?
oh, he's running
drug
rampant.
dealer or something. Yeah, that's bad, bro.
He's
Yeah, I
put on
think-
like 40 kilos and he's with Hufflepuff.
I think the Ministry of Magic
looking like
are after
Doyle.
him.
He's
He's
carved up.
wanted.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
carved up.
Yeah.
Oh, he's over there. So what were you going to say?
You know what it's sort of like, this would be good to sort of like structure it like, is like a 75 hard, but a spiritual way. You know, like each day you wake up, you don't check your phone. Each day you wake up, maybe you read 10 pages of a book or whatever. You go take a walk in nature. Obviously that's very hard for some people when you have a very busy life, but if you're just sort of ticking some of those goals each day and allowing the, that natural form of dopamine to sort of release into your brain, for putting in effort, not for just instant gratification.
For sure.
Like it's just, it'll all come back. And it does very quickly too.
Yeah.
I think-
and I'm going to get a bit sorry, bro.
Go do you think?
Sorry.
Do you
but
think?
I'm going to get, I know we, on the porn episode, when we like dive deep, and I had that fucking book sitting next to me.
Yeah.
There's in there, right? So you will go through phases, because you got to remember, man, fuck. I'm going to throw it out there and say I was probably 13, maybe even 12, seeing it for the first time. But then from then on in, I mean, how many years is that? Like
15.
15,
it's a long time to be unconsciously viewing that stuff and doing that stuff. And I'm talking like almost every day,
Yeah.
maybe multiple times. But when you put it that way, I know we always laugh about it and that, but it's serious, bro, because there's
just
a
can't
lot of
believe how
stuff
much
out there
Free time
about.
you got.
Well, when you're a
Obviously he's
kid-
not using Vaso, bro. He's probably using fucking moisturising cream.
No, but
Yeah.
like it fucks your brain, man. It fucks
Yeah.
your it damages your grey matter in your brain, and it destroys your competitive edge.
Yeah,
It destroys your
100%.
motivation to do anything, to get competitive, to really fucking hone in on your goals that you set.
And your purpose as to the reason why you're here. Like I already feel better knowing what's to come now.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I don't know if when the universe says I'll meet you in the middle, it's to meet me in the middle with nothing.
Well,
Like the universe might rock up with, like I keep seeing us like meet in the middle. The universe might rock up with nothing and be like, how good do you feel though?
Yep.
And that's and me being like, sweet, thank you for
got here
meeting
by
me
yourself.
halfway. Now can you just let the rest of the thing play out? See, I'm still, because this is just happened this morning, this little bit of awakening. It was like, I want answers. Where it's like, who knows, in 30 days, I don't have answers, but I'm just accepting of what is. Because that's when I'm in my vibrations, when I did the ayahuasca, all the beautiful things that have happened, it's just been what is. So it's like maybe the universe just wants to get me in that vibrational state. So then things can start to, and I think
it's trying to get you back to where you should be.
Yeah.
Because when I was there,
Well,
you know,
there's nowhere to be. You're here now.
yeah.
You don't have to transcend anything. That's the
Yeah.
thing. You don't even
Yeah.
have to transcend the ego. It's just we've already transcended it.
yeah,
We are like just who we are, like our awareness. We don't have to transcend anything. You're already there. It's all there right now.
yeah. And it's all the decisions I make in the now that'll keep this vibrational state getting stronger and stronger, to the point where it's like I can have multiple things running without answers. I've done it before. I've had multiple
Trust.
things running, just trust.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I'm just like bang, 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 acceptance. Yep, move through. Yep, sweet. But because I don't feel like that anymore at the moment.
Because you know what you've done? You become impatient because you're instantly wanting something because it's the same thing. You know, Instagram makes you impatient because you want to, you searching for something, you want answers. What answers are you looking for? You're not going to find it on Instagram. There's a lot of good information. You know, we do send a lot of good stuff through, but that's what this is teaching you, is to be patient and just let it all come back. It's the same lesson every time, really.
Yeah, sometimes just time. Time and no rush. Why rush?
Yeah.
You know, there's like a nice little quote I seen the other day. It's like, you look around and all the flowers have bloomed and all that, but how long did it take? It takes a long time, but then you're still seeing the fruits of.
Yeah.
Well, I think the biggest thing for me was like the universe is like, you can sit here still, but I'm not going to sit here anymore. And I was like, you got to play your part, because I could feel that in my body this morning. It's like, I don't want to sit here anymore, but if you want to sit here, that's cool, but that's on you. Like left me on the park bench. It's like, if you want to sit on the park bench and scroll and do your thing, then so be it. But I'm done. And and I think a thing I want to sort of flip into to sort of wrap this up is like perception. Like my life in 30 days might not change externally, but it's my perception of it, you know. And I listened to a podcast and we spoke about it, where everyone sees this world differently. Like everyone's perception of this world is differently. And it's like, I heard on a podcast, it was like, you know, us three are in the car, we're going down High Street, you're hungry, you've got to go to the toilet, and I'm just being a present spiritual being, as I already actually am.
Typical.
I'm Vin Diesel driving the car. Now, we're going down High Street, you're looking for places to go to the toilet, you're looking for places to eat, and I'm just being present.
Yeah.
We're looking at three different things right now. And it was that story of, I heard it on the Ebb and Flow podcast, which is amazing. He said there's a master and a student, and the master says to the student, they looked in a pond. He goes, how many fish are in the pond? And he's like, 12 fish. And then the master says, how many ponds are there? And the student's like confused, like, there's one pond. And the master's like, no, there's 12 ponds. It's like every fish has its own perception of the pond. And that's so true with the world. So it's like a big part of me now is like speaking my truth, and people that resonated with it, obviously you guys and everyone that's around us, we've got a good following of people, see reality the way I sort of see it, you know? So it's like, that's beautiful, rather than trying to let everyone change their perception of their world. Let them find you. And I've been doing that now, but I'm being more intentional of like, just rather than, you know, basically trying to say things for people to wake up. It's like, you can't control that. Let people wake up when they're supposed to wake up, you know. And the best thing about these podcasts is people can go back in 3 years from now and hear all this stuff. Like, this stuff sticks, you know. So, yeah.
Well, you even brought it up last episode, sense of self, the identity, you know, and our perceptions based around our identities or our perceived identity of who we are, who we are supposed to be. And it's not until you kind of start breaking down, it's kind of like this path is almost like an unlearning then relearning. And it was like that was also one of the things I tried employing as a dad. It's like not to continue the same patterns and stuff, but like relearn for myself as well, and not teaching her the same stuff that I thought was right, that I was taught, or the way I've been living life, or but it's like not until you start breaking down those old behaviours and those perceptions and those concepts around who you think you're supposed to be. It's like sometimes I find myself getting bothered by things, but really when I come back and I'm feeling like, up here, I realise, well, I'm only being bothered based on my perception of how I think it's supposed to play out.
Yeah.
And you do it unconsciously, but you do it with a lot of things. You've got this structure, this like construct in your head of how you think every little thing is supposed to play out or going to play out. Or if someone says something to you in a certain way and you are pissed off or you're bothered by it, that's only because of your perceived idea of how it should have gone and it didn't meet your expectation. So and you drop your identity or your sense of, oh, well, this is how, you know, and then everything goes out the window. You're not bothered by anything. You're just simply, it's just happening and you're just the knower. You're just like, yep, you're seeing it happen. You're choosing. You can, I know it sounds like funny, but like you can choose what really bothers you or not.
100%. I believe that massively because you can, when I'm in that nice state, I just sit. Oh yeah, cool. Oh yeah, sweet. Yeah. Oh yeah, look at that. Yeah. But when I'm agitated and in it, the only reason I'm in it is because I've put myself in it by the actions that I take. All these things that subconsciously irritate me. Now I know I'm playing the character. Now, of course, I'm going to get agitated. I'm playing the character in the game. Get out of the game. Come back. Let the game play out. You know, you're the one that grabs the remote. Like, don't act like it was someone else that forced a remote in your hand. You grabbed the remote and you started playing the game. Step out of the game. Let everyone else play their own game. Like, and see it. Oh, look at that character. Look at that. You know, go to family events. You got the uncle that needs to tell everyone how successful he is. And you got the auntie that's always got drama. And you got the mum that's trying to keep the peace. And you got the dad that's carrying on, hating the world. And everyone's got these characters. And that's just in life in general. But let every character just be their character. Because the majority of the time, it's other people that piss us off.
Yeah.
Like, where it's
why does it trigger you, but?
You let it.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's like, yeah, but you don't know what they did. It's like, I don't need to know. Just know that that's just their shit.
Yeah.
They don't know how to be truth. Like and that's okay too. You know, let them just be them. Let everyone just be. And that's when you can just sit, breathe, cool. Yep, look at that, sweet. Let that play out. And the universe take control of the rest.
Exactly. It's like, you know, like with the whole trigger thing, it's like you sort of have to do a bit of self-inquiry as well of like, why is it triggering me that they're doing something that's outside of my control? You know, like why is that occurring? And then you sort of need to go a little bit deeper into that and look at sort of your past patterns of, okay, maybe this person bruised my ego because they said something in jest, you know, but why does that trigger me? Oh, because I'm insecure about this or I'm insecure about that. And I think that's where perception plays a part of that. It's like you don't know what has been going on in that person's life, right? I always have this thing where it's like you never know, say you're walking down the street and someone passes you, you know, and let's say, for instance, they, I don't know, abuse you or whatever. You don't know what that person's life was like prior to that event, right? You have no perception of that. You have no understanding. But what you do is you just accept it. You understand that maybe that person went through something horrible or maybe that person's having a shit day, which a lot of people are. And it's just a projection of that, right? That's all they're doing is just projecting the pain that is within their body. It's not their fault. Yeah, that was just incidents that have occurred to them. And now they're throwing that out into the universe. And I think that's where you get a lot of peace is if you have the ability to sort of observe that come up, why it's triggering you, then sort of look at it from their perspective of like, fuck, maybe they just got a lot going on in their life right now. Maybe I can just accept that for what it is. Because normally then if you ask them what's going on or say, for instance, what's been happening, they'll generally tell you, fuck, I've had a heap going on, man. Like, you know, fuck, I lost my job or whatever. You have no idea of that if you're just in your own head, in your own perception.
We'll clip that one.
Yeah. That's compassion. Yeah. And I'd seen a beautiful little Ramdas. It was his anniversary the other day, like his birthday, and he's passed.
God bless his soul.
Yeah. And it was this beautiful little thing of him saying, I think a beautiful way to go through life is with a quiet mind, an open heart, and just flow with what is. And it's like that's, I guess, where the compassion comes in.
Yeah.
Approaching everything with a really quiet mind. Your ego's not playing a part, and you've got an open heart.
Yeah, 100%.
Just trying to come back there and just maintain that, because you can inject a little bit of compassion and love into every situation and watch it turn from shit to maybe a shit with like a nice little bow tie on it or something.
Yeah. It's always your perception of your life.
Yeah.
I think that's where it's the decisions we make now that shape our perception though. Yeah. So it's like getting real, like get clean, get clear, and let's see how sharp we can make this.
Being surrounded by people like-minded.
Yeah.
Yeah. For sure.
That helps.
Anything else? I think we're good. Welcome back, brother. A lot of love.
Yeah. Good. And thanks for the beautiful gift, bro.
Yeah.
That's cracker. That's
Thank you, bro.
Thank you.
And it was funny how it was sort of both of the things that you exactly needed.
Yeah.
And it was like, bro, just come to me. I was like, I reckon you'd like that.
Yeah. Spot on. Like I said, I've been in search for one, like just like that, and nailed it, bro.
This was a mixed bag. This episode, mixed bag.
Right, bro.
Yeah. So I think that was nice. And I think I'm feeling, to wrap this up, that a lot of people will feel a lot of the things that we spoke about, especially wrapped in the social media stuff, the porn stuff, and then the perception stuff at the end. Whether or not people jump on the journey with us and join us with that's completely up to them. But I feel as though that if we document this journey and make it a sort of a segment of the episodes moving forward of how things are going, well, that's all we're talking about it really anyways, is what's going on. To see everything amplify. We know it amplifies. We know it. But it's about showing it to the world, and I think that'll in turn show people what it sort of looks like. Sometimes you got to pave the way for people to join. You know, everyone's on their own journeys, and people find us when they're supposed to find us. And, you know, there's people that are further in the journey than us that we sort of look up to, or you could call it as such, or just be like, show me the way. You know, I know there's people in my life and people that I know and don't know that are like, I'm forever like, oh, like, wow, like, you know, Eckhart Tolle, Ram Dass, Eben, Jarrett, all those guys that have just, you know, had more psychedelic experiences or whatever, but they know how to speak their truth on a deeper level. And, you know, we're teaching people to be able to do that. So we're all just walking each other home. It's simple as that.
Love that.
Yeah. So I love you both. Beautiful episode. A lot of different.
Love you, boys.
Yeah, that was nice. Couple little cracker of jokes. I think that was good. Yeah.
Can't help yourself, can you?
Me. You're the instigator. Oh, you think I'm the instigator now?
A lot of judgment.
Is there?
Nah, I love it.
Who knows? It might be a thing now. That
Are
might
you labeling me?
I'm not labeling you. But what I'm saying is, I feel as though there's a part of me now that I've discovered of when we move forward with these episodes, it can be like a little thing where I'm like, oh, do you want me to tell them or do you want to tell them? You know what I mean? So you guys might find your own, just connect to the universe and he'll tell you.
I am you and you are me.
So you might pull that joke on me. Yeah. Anyways, guys, episode 23 of the Matt Gamble podcast.
Thank you.
Over and out. Until next time, we'll reconnect in a couple of weeks. We've got some stuff to film with Brendan off the camera that we've got sort of brewing in the back end, and I'm excited to let the universe take control of that with all this stuff as well.
Yeah.
Beautiful. All right, until next time.
Cheers.